Hello, 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 and welcome back, everyone. Oh, I'm out of shot. There we go. That's better. Welcome back, everyone, to the channel today. We are back with another episode of My Drive Season 3. We're at round 3 in Monza. Different layout with no chicane, no first chicane, so super high speed. We've got a bit of a practice before we head into our first sprint race of the season. And before we head out on track, I'm just going to get all the YouTube goodness out the way. Be sure to subscribe if you're new around here. Go down and hit that like button. All the support is greatly appreciated. And also, if you would like to donate to a charity, down below in the description I have a link for a charity race I'm doing in a few weeks' time on the 12th of July. In fact, let me get the little poster up. There we go. 6 hours of Qatar for the Great North Air Ambulance Service. It's a great cause. They help loads of people. They've helped a particular member of my family in the last few years. So a really great charity cause to donate to. So if you have any money left over and would like to donate some, then the link is down below. And if not, then head along on the 12th of July to check out how I'm doing. It's going to be a 6-hour race against AI, and I'm going to be doing it all myself, basically not having any stops. I might pop to the loo during the pit stops, but that'll be about it. And that starts at 9 o'clock in the morning. So I'll come back and talk a bit more about that in a little bit. Let me just check that everything's sounding okay. Yeah, that all sounds good. Let's face it a little bit more like that. Perfect. Oh, where are my gloves gone? Am I sat on them? I'm sat on them. But yes, we are background Monza. I'm going to do a little bit of practice because I've not really been able to do much this week. So we're going to give it a little go around here. I do have a bit of a setup. No, I don't have a setup, that's a lie. I made one and then didn't save it. Two. 1.5, let's give that a go. Oh no, I don't want 1, that's a bit too high. Hello in the chat. I've actually got an iPad up next to me so I can see people who talk in the chat. I've had issues with that before, but you know, if you are here in the chat, hello. I'll occasionally look down, and when I can concentrate, I will. We'll try and reply. Well, let's get out and do some practice. We obviously had a bit of a terrible race last time out, if you saw it. Around Spa, we were doing okay. Didn't have great pace, and then had a big crash around Bonchimon at Spa. Basically took us out of the race, and we couldn't really do anything to get back into the points. So we're looking for a good result this week. Obviously sprint race, less points. Last year, or last season, in the Lamborghini, we did well around the full circuit of Monza. So hopefully we can continue that good luck around this slightly quicker version with no first chicane. because as for the championship standings, we'll go through them before we get into the race. So we'll do practice. Might skip through a bit of practice, and then we've got qualifying, 12-minute qualifying session, and then the 45-minute race. We'll have a look at the championship standings before we get into the race, because the Toyota of Buemi and the Ferrari of Fuoco are just charging the way at the front of the field. Also, because I know it's a bit of a short race today, I might do some practice for the 6 hours of Qatar. I've done a little bit of practice already, got a setup I'm reasonably happy with. We're going to be doing it in the Peugeot 9X8, trying to kind of get Peugeot a podium that they missed out on a few years ago. Ooh. That was very slow and lethargic. But if you saw a few years ago when Peugeot were running their wingless 9X8, they were so close to getting a podium at Qatar, but had a technical issue on like the penultimate lap or the last 2 laps, and DNF'd unfortunately. So we're gonna be. I think we're probably gonna start from the back. I think I'll do qualifying, but I won't participate in it. So we get that kind of last to first, and then we'll try and see if we can get the podium. But returning our focus back to Monza, quite a bit of traffic here. Oh, we actually make a bit of contact there with the Manti. I think that's a Manti Porsche. Oh, Malikan. We're quite a way off the pace, but we did get quite a bit of traffic there, so I'm not going to panic too much. If we remember back to last season as well, we did a sprint race around here, and we basically won because we managed to do a single stop, whereas everyone else had to do 2 stops. I don't think that will be the case this season, because I think we'll be using more fuel. Well, we will be using more fuel without turn 1 and 2. I've also finally figured out, after however long I've had this wheel, I've got the Monza, is it FSR, the like GT style wheel rim, and obviously it's got like dials on it. I finally actually figured out how to map them in game. I just had the wrong setting on my Monza pit house stuff. So I actually have them that I can use to change my roll bars, which is cool. Feels like it's quite understeering the medium speed corners. Wow, change that down to that. Sort out my battery as well. Oh, it's so painful when you get stuck behind them. Traffic there. Battery, oh, crikey. Right, about 40% as we cross the line, battery wise. Currently about a second off the pace. but we've not had the cleanest of laps. Yellow flag up ahead. Always as a Porsche that's off. Need to soften some of the dampers. Help us ride those curbs a bit better. Back end stepping out again there. Wrong way. That's why we need to change some of the slip angles. I feel like I lose so much time through Parabolica at the end of the lap. Just a little bit of understeer getting the nose into those corners. Oh. And then we lost the rear end. Just getting a bit too much. Oh, we overcooked it there. Okay, I think let's come back into the pits. Let us... No, let's keep spring rate the same. The fast stuff's fine. Let's go with that. Yeah. Let's just fast forward through the last little bit of the session. And we'll just wait for this session to tick down, and then we'll get into qualifying. If you are here watching live, welcome. I hope you've been enjoying the content. It's actually a bit weird to have someone watching live. I've never had, like, currently I've got my iPad up to see chat messages and stuff. So I've never noticed if anyone is actually watching when I'm live. So, great to have you here. I hope you're enjoying the series. I've actually been quite enjoying doing the live streams, so it's definitely something I'm going to continue on. When I have time, I'm going to try and do some online streams as well, and do some online races. I do quite enjoy them, especially now that I've got my safety rating up to hypercar. Felt like it took me ages to do, compared to something like iRacing, but we're here now. We've got the safety rating, so we'll just tick this session down. Lopez, interestingly, looks quite quick around here. Before I go up there, as we would probably expect. Bamber, last of the hypercars. That's not good. Porsches look pretty decent around here. Buemi up to 6th. What we'll do actually is while we're waiting for this, we'll have a little look at. I've got things in the way. We'll actually have a look at the standings from last, as they stand after last week. So we have the driver standings currently up on screen. Fuoco extending his lead at the front, obviously winning the first race around Bahrain and then getting second, I think. Last week, he sits on 77 points ahead of, 9 points ahead of Buemi. Both of them having good first and second races. Estra has jumped us up to 3rd with 39 points, and we're 3 points behind the Porsche in 4th position, with Bennett and the Isotta Fraschini up in 5th, so still doing a great job. Lopez in the 2nd of the Toyotas down in 6th, followed by the first of the Alpines in Chatham. The other two Ferraris, Pierre Guidi and Kubica, are 8th and 10th. And our teammate actually had a really good race last time out, and he's up to 9th. So doing pretty well in the drivers' standings. In terms of the team standings, Ferrari obviously still in the lead, and Toyota close behind. Myself and Bamber have managed to keep Cadillac in 3rd position ahead of the Penske Porsche team. Isotta Fraschini dropped behind them, followed by Alpine, AF Corsa, BMW WRT, that's a mouthful. Our old team of Lamborghini is 9th, and then Jota is 10th and last with 0 points scored. So Will Stevens and Oliver Rasmussen will be looking for a good result out this time around. And finally, we have the manufacturers. So we have Ferrari leading, Toyota second, Cadillac third, very much like the teams championship. Porsche fourth, Isotta Fraschini fifth. The Alpines are ahead of the BMWs. BMW and Lamborghini seem to be in their little fight at the back of the pack, and then Peugeot, actually the last manufacturer to score any points. So the Peugeot continuing their struggles that they had in Season 2 into Season 3. That's a nice quick little rundown of the championship standings. Obviously, Buemi's got pole in both the last 2 races, so that's an additional 6 points Buemi has. Obviously 3 points for pole position. And we are going to have a hyperpole type fight, or session even, for this race today. Just let the last minute or so tick down. Toyota's up in the lead of this practice session, followed by the Ferraris. So the Toyotas and Ferraris incredibly quick here. It's pretty much Toyota, Ferrari, Porsches, really, isn't it? Be interesting to see how it all shuffles out in qualifying, because that's practice done and dusted. A little bit off the pace, but I'm not overly worried. I think we have good pace in the race anyway, so we can come back in that aspect. Let me actually just quickly save this up. Now, I'm not great at setups, so I don't know if I've actually done something horribly wrong there with this setup, but I'm trying to get more into them. Actually found quite a good tool. It's on Race Department, I can't quite remember what it's called, but it you can basically put in what you're struggling with, so whether you're bouncing, whether you've got understeer, you can put that in and it will give you tips of what you can change, and I found that quite useful. But yes, let's get into qualifying. We've already wasted almost a minute of qualifying, so let's get cracking. So we've got a private qualifying session here, so we are the only car out on track. Well, other cars are out on track, but I'm the only one you'll see. And let's see if we can get a good position for the sprint race here today at Monza. Very, very high speed. It's wild how just a simple changes the track quite a bit. Like, we started off the season with our high speed circuit layouts. We obviously had Bahrain Outer, and then we've had Spa high speed, and now here high speed is our kind of final high speed hat trick of tracks before we head off to Brazil next week. I think it's Brazil next week. Then the back-to-back Kota races, Fuji, and then before you know it, we'll be at Le Mans for the finale. And obviously in between that, I will have a week off where I do this charity race, because obviously I've quite a long race. I'll do some prep for it on the Friday perhaps, which I'll probably stream to get some excitement ready for the 6 hours of Qatar. As we come through Parabolica, let's get our heads down for this first lap. We're down towards the first corner of Curva Grande. Important to try and scrub off as little speed as possible. Just dropped a kilometre or two there, braking just before the 150 metre board. Could probably brake later, but we're letting the tyres get up to the temperature. Sliding around quite a bit there. Down to third gear, 4. Lesmo 1. And third gear again for Lesmo 2, getting a good run. Out towards Ascari. First dropping down the hill before heading back a bit for the Ascari chicane. 7th gear, braking about 150 metres. We've gone too deep in there. And that is our first attempt ruined. Just getting our eye in at the moment. We might come in and change the tyres and do sort of two stints in this qualifying session. See how we get on. Bit of a better exit out of what is now the first chicane. Going to keep it in 4th gear around Lesmo 1. Down 2 gears into Lesmo 2. Get a good run out of there. We gained a couple tenths on our previous lap time. Also, we'll gain a ton up here. Oh, we braked really early there. Up 1.4, 1.5, we're just going to gain time all the way down the straight, even though it's not been a great lap. Through the Parabolica, losing a little bit of time there actually. We're on 1.8 seconds up. That puts us 5th. currently, I think. Yeah, 5th. Lopez and Buemi up front in the Toyotas, currently looking at the front row. Getting it slowed down for the chicane. Good initial run through there, but we got a worse exit through there. A little snap of overstay there, but we're up by 2/10. It's so inviting to take the curves here, but they just unsettle the car so much. Now down towards Ascari with gaining a little bit actually. Much better run for Ascari, actually purple sector 2. Again, we've lost a bit of time out of Parabolica, sorry. We seem to be quite poor in Parabolica against the AI. They just seem to have really good traction. I don't know whether that's just the bespoke hypercars or against the GTPs as well. That was too much, that was too much. We're in a spin. I'll tell you what we'll do is we'll just come in, change tyres. And go again. That's 70% on battery, which is fine. And we should get maybe 2 laps. Right, let's get a quick turnaround and back out. We probably left it a little bit late, or later than I would have wanted to do a pit stop. Might just have time for 2 laps. Come on guys, let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go. Yeah, I think we might actually only get a chance for one final lap. I mean, we're going to need to warm these tyres up as best we can in this first lap. Some temperature in these tyres. about 10 seconds to make it to the line to get 2 laps in. I think we're just going to miss our second lap. Yeah, we've missed the second lap, but we're going to get one more attempt in. Right, let's go full concentration on this lap. 4 tenths to find. Lopez in the pits, Pierre Guidi in the pits, so they won't be improving. Not a great run through the chicane, bounced over the curbs, went a bit too deep. Decent run through the 2 Lesmos. Made it up a bit of time, down towards parabolic for the final time in this qualifying session. We were brave on the brakes there. About 2 tenths, 3 tenths towards the line. Where will it put us? P2. Let's go. That's a good qualifying session. 0.097 seconds off. So we split the Toyotas. Our teammate down in 12th. Lamborghini. Oh, what a turn of events for Lamborghini. Last year winning. Now qualifying 19th. Now this puts us in an excellent position for the race.
Teams and drivers go to the grid for a race start.
It's going to be chaotic trying to get through traffic. We're going to pop in full fuel. Put on new tyres. So it's going to be chaotic through the traffic. Not sure how the slipstream is going to be a factor. Actually, before I start this race, let me just check that everything's... Oh yeah, everything's sounding fine. That's lovely. So, yeah, let's get into this race, I guess. If you are here watching live, where do you think we're going to finish? Do you think we're going to redeem ourselves from last week? Do you think we're going to get a podium? Do you think we can sneak a win away from the Toyotas? I guess there's only one way to find out. Clear track ahead of us. We've got the yellow Ferrari of Kubica ahead of us, actually out-qualifying both of the factory teams. Oh, do you know what? That might be the strat. Might be... I had this idea for whether using the pit limiter for starting might be a good idea. I think it might actually work, you know. Let's slow down a little bit. Oh, this is the strat.
Green flag, green flag.
Wait, how do I get a drive-through penalty? How's that happened? Right, I tell you what. I am going to restart. I don't typically restart, but I'm not happy with getting a drive-through in that circumstance, because I feel like I'm below 60. I feel like that's a bit unfair. So we are going to restart, just because, you know, that would hugely sway the championship. And this time, we're not going to do that. Oh man, I really thought that was going to be the way to do it. That's a bit ridiculous though, that you're literally limited to 60. Let's go, and yeah, you're going too quick. Oh well. Right, this is the attempt. This is the race. I think that's fair enough to restart it. We were trying something out, didn't work. That's fine. So again, let's do this one more time, shall we? I feel like I'm quoting the Into the Spider-Verse movies for the final time. My name is Peter Parker. Lopez on pole position, ourselves in second, Buemi third, Kubica, Fuoco and Pierre Guidi in fourth to sixth, and then the Porsches behind them as we come towards the start-finish line for the start of the 45 minutes of Monza. Waiting for the green lights to go out, and they're away, and we go here. At Monza we get a good jump actually on Lopez, and we're side by side on the run down towards what would have been the first corner, but we're going to miss the first corner out entirely. Lopez still on our inside, getting a little bit of side draft there. Pulling back ahead of us. Then we're pushed out wide, we're going to have to dip back into the slipstream. We've got the other Toyota behind us. And we go for the move down into the first chicane. We're just about to get it slowed down, and we're into the lead of the race here. Kubica has got Buemi and is up into third place. And Matt Campbell in the Porsche has had a fantastic start here, though it's just shuffled back a few positions. And we did just exactly what we wanted to, and are up into the lead of the race. I feel like this is actually one of the few times that I've led a race in my drive. I know I think we've maybe got 2 wins. I don't think we got many wins last year. Monza might have even been our only win. I think we got a lot of podiums and we're just very consistent last year. But you see the traction through Parabolica. I've changed some of the AI settings as well, so they're a bit more aggressive. And Lopez is going to try go around our outside. He's got the speed on us, and to be fair, we're running slightly lower wings, but he does indeed have the speed, and he wants to squeeze us to the inside of Curva Grande. But we just slip back down the inside. He's going to keep it, actually. And fair play to him. We were a bit cautious there because we didn't want to cause an incident, although we looked down the inside of Lesmo 1. And our tyres just feel a little bit cold. We need to try and get back into the slipstream of Lopez so he doesn't run away with this race. We're in that point where we're getting dirty air and not really getting the benefit of slipstream. Yeah, Lopez is flying right now. They're going to come for the inside, but he's struggling at the moment. The Toyotas both setting personal best laps. They're going to try and squeeze the Ferrari to the inside. Oh, the back ends didn't have the grip there, and we got Kubits up all over us. We're really struggling here. Lopez is just walking away from us, so maybe running even less downforce than what we're running. We'll have to try and do some fuel conservation as well. It's like we've built up a bit of a gap, 2 Kubits behind, Remy right behind him, but then about a 5-second gap back to what is the little group of Campbell, Estra, Pierre, Greedy and Stevens. We're running quite aggressive on fuel there, we're going to have to do some lift and coast. But we do seem to be pulling away from Kubica, which is good. And if anything, we're gaining on Lopez a little bit, I would say. We are not doing good on fuel though. Which is surprising, normally we're quite good on fuel. Yeah, we're lapping very similar times to Lopez. What we don't want to do though is get dragged into a fight with Lopez where we then both use more fuel than everyone else. And of course, the crux of this problem, which is the joy of multi-class racing, is the traffic. We're going to soon be coming around to lap them. Ideally, what I want to try and do is match Lopez's pace, but match the fuel consumption of the cars behind. Kind of in between at the moment. We're not doing a terrible job saving fuel. We actually set the fastest lap of the race there, the 27.6. And we're going to encounter some lap GT3 traffic on this lap. Yeah, I think Toyota are running just slightly less downforce than us. Cars at the back of the GT3 field. I think we don't really pay too much attention to what the GT3s are doing. But the Mustangs have been good, and the BMWs have been good as well so far this season. Oh. we hit that Corvette at a horrible time. Cost us a ton of time to Lopez. And Kubica's pulled back up as well, slightly. Big weave through traffic there. Past the Porsches. The Porsches have been quite poor. The GT3 Porsches at least have been quite poor this season so far, so good to see them up in the top 10. A ton of traffic here. Oh, big lockup as we dive the Ferrari GT3 there. 296 I think it is. Oh, big lag spike there. And Lopez has just been so jammy not getting any of these cars into Scari. That's 2 laps now I've had slow cars through a Scari. That's really cost us. Episode up to 3.8 seconds to Lopez and 1.7 to Kubica behind. We don't have the benefit of as being in some slipstream. So we will naturally use a bit more fuel. A bit deep there, quite a bit deep there. We have Kubica and Pirelli behind us, closing in. Quite a bit of a gap to Pierre Guidi behind them.
That time was a 1:28.22.
Got about 6 laps to go in this stop. Or till our first stop, should I say. The cars behind us have saved so much fuel. It's that trade-off of being in the pack. You're all doing the same pace. Slightly slower pace than what the leaders will be doing. You've got slipstream. You know what, honestly, I think we can let Lopez see what he wants to do. I don't think our fight is with Lopez. I think we've got more of a concern from behind someone beating us on fuel. And hopefully when we come back around to traffic, be a bit kinder to us. The tyres, like, yeah, the tyres will be fine, don't need to change them. So we tend to double stint tyres anyway. $27.8 for Lopez there, 28.2, so we're 4 tenths down. Same pace as Kubica behind, 30 minutes left. Big slide there. Do you know what, honestly, I think like a Buemi here could be a great shout for a win. Terrible for the parabolic here. So Buemi's dropping back 4 tenths a lap from us. More like 8 tenths to Lopez. Quite deep into the chicane there. We've got second round of GT3 traffic up ahead. Battling. Oh, the traffic, given the traffic taken away. That was just so inconvenient. We lost basically a second there. Kubica is right on us now. So we're really not having good luck here with the traffic, but hopefully that swings back in our favour at some point. Let's not fuck me GT3. looks like Lamborghini's not doing as well as they have done in the past few races. Looks like the Ferraris and the GT3 a bit more competitive. Oh, and we're going to get... Oh, we mount the curb there, huge. Usually the Porsche wasn't going to let us go through there. And again, 7.4, 7.6 seconds now to Lopez. Really not idea. Some GTs are in the pits, as is Lopez, so we are at least able to go one lap longer than Lopez is. Kubica will join us. Burmy might just be about to go 2 laps. Oh, that was not fun. That's us through the GT3 traffic. Let's see if... Well, this is quite a good in-lap, really. See whether this puts out in relation to Lopez. Bit of a track warnings there, but... wasn't really track warnings, was it? And then we're going to be nice and cautious. Into that, we probably lost a bit of time coming into the pits, but I don't want to be getting a speed penalty. Burmy continues on for another lap, as will Campbell, Fuoco and Pierre Guidi. The Codis ASP Lexus comes out. That's us into the pits. Save progress. Fuel we're going to keep the same. Well, no, sorry. Tyres we're going to keep the same. Fuel we're going to go out again, and I think we might need a splash. See, I think Buemi is going to do what we did last year. Last season. I think what's going to happen is Buemi does 1 stop and everyone else does 2 stops. So I think we're going to need huge fuel save in this next stint. I tell you what, the Ferrari filled up really quickly there. I'm actually out ahead of Lopez, so that outlap without a lot of traffic has really helped us there. And I would just... Maybe Lopez has changed tyres? Maybe the Toyota has a bit of a longer fuel... No, I don't think... I think BOP fuel should be stabilising in terms of the amount of time that it takes to put in fuel. And then all the front-running drivers who did an additional extra lap, all come into the pits. We see where we filter out in relation to them.
Time
So we're past Burmese, up into the lead of this race. Usually top there. So Burmese jumped Kubica. Kubica's had a shocking pit stop. Maybe he had what's the damage? So the order as things stand is ourselves leading this race with about 4.5 seconds to Lopez. Oh, we're going to require such little fuel, aren't we?
Time was a 129.30.
Burmese in third, about 20 seconds behind us. Estra in fourth, followed by Froco, Pierre Guidi, and then Matt Campbell and Will Stevens in the Porsches in 7th and 8th. I need to concentrate on everything. Coasting. There you go, we're going to need 18% virtual energy. And I stop it, which actually can't be right there. So we're going to try and bring this virtual energy required down so that we effectively don't need to pit again. I think even Burmese might have to pit again. So we need 18% virtual energy. That effectively means that to get to the end of the race from here, we would need, say, about 98%. So I don't think even Burmese can do that. Okay, let's just push that, I think. I think let's just go for it. I think everyone's going to have to make another pit stop. Going off last year, no, I keep saying last year, last season's result, everyone apart from us had to make 2 stops, and that was on a track, a slower track, so therefore less fuel usage. Oh, got another 0.25 there. Burmese is charging down on us, we're not had a good lap here. Oh, that was not good at all. We had a massive tank slapper there, and that has let Burmese get back past, or Lopez even saw it get back past. I think we're quite lucky there not to put it in the wall, because that was a huge slide. Unfortunate that we've let Lopez through. Don't even really know how that happened. We get that, we've had that occasionally, like last week with the We're Just Going. think Bumi's realised now as well that he can't make it to the end. He looks like he's got a hammer down and he's not saving any fuel. What we do have, though, is about 9% extra energy over Buemi. That's maybe a lap or two. Oh, we just got a shocking one through Parabolic again.
Time 1:29.14.
Although Lopez is going to get blocked in here. Lots of GT3 traffic and we capitalise. Back up into first, although we lifted there actually because that was very, very sketchy. Then we're back up into the lead of this race. Oh, there we went deep into the chicane. Buemi has got Lopez. I keep saying Buemi. Lopez has got damage. Lopez got a good run through Ascari. He's going to be dragged one towards Parabolica. Can we box him in to the Lexus? We can just about, but it's going to mean that we get a horrible run through Parabolica. Oh no, he got a good run. It's not going to be a drag race. We're going to get a bit of side drafts. And up ahead is our old team of Lamborghini. I'm so nervous about going side by side, bit of contact there. We dive it back down the inside. And we're not letting Lopez get past us and run away with this race. I mean, I think he's in a bit of a predicament anyway. With his fuel and with some damage, it seems. But I'd like to keep him behind us just in case anything funky happens. So is that the leader GT? Yeah. Ahmed El Harty still leading GT3, which I think he led spot as well. We'll give him Parabolica to try and get a better run. Tyre's just not hanging in there. Unfortunately.
Time 1:30.22.
He is the quicker driver at the moment. We have Bortoletti, who is going to be a thorn in Lopez's side. He went through some battery. Bortoletti just going to let him have it, and then he's going to slow me up through. Yep, through Ascari, cool. I see how we're playing at Lamborghini. You gonna move out my way? No, you're just gonna sit in my way, I see. Cool. Cool. Love this.
Time 129.52.
Come on, blue flags, man. Are you serious? Are you serious? Are you serious? Are you serious, man? What? What was that? I can't believe that. That is a joke. Yeah, that's our race over. Oh. Man, I don't even know what... Can I return to garage? Is that an option? No. That's ridiculous. I can't honestly believe that. God, we are really just getting Cadillac luck. I really can't believe that. He lets Buemi through, and then it's just like, you know what, actually... No, I'm not going to let you through. I know you're a lapped car. I know I'm a lapped car, but... I'm actually just going to take you out. I'm really, really annoyed with that. We had such a good chance of winning there. Like, it wasn't guaranteed, but it was pretty much guaranteed. And then our old team just... You know what, actually, I don't think you are going to win. Oh. Well, the Cadillac look is real. The way of our teammate. Oh, I'm so annoyed. We're having such a good race. And that's a speeding penalty as well. Not that it matters at this point.
That time was a 3:55.23.
What a joke. Oh. Well, I guess that's that race. We'll let it tick down. Let's see, Lopez currently leading. Lopez actually might be pitting soon. No, another lap. Lopez in the lead. Buemi second. Just wait for this to tick down. I'll tell you what, let's have a look at what happened in Austria practice for F1. Oh my goodness, Wolf confirms interest in signing Verstappen for 2026. Oh, that could be spicy. Oh, why is that why they've not signed George? Oh, that's funny. Right, where's practice results? Russell fastest? Oh, that would be such a shame for Russell. Verstappen second, Oscar Piastri third. Wow. Alexander Dunn. Rookie debut. Only fourth behind Oscar. Submove for Lando Norris, I see. But practice 2 now as well. Oh, sorry, I need to be looking at who's actually going to win this race, don't I? So Bernie's taking the lead. Presumably, Lopez has pitted. Fuego carries on for another lap. Pierre Guidi another lap. Campbell another lap. Esther another lap. Stevens bumper through. Kubica. Chatton and Van der Linde, wow. Van Dorn. So Persia not too far from Muller. Then what is there? Is there a Lopez? Coming down the pit? Is that Lopez? Yes, here comes Lopez. That was a long pit stop for Lopez. I don't think Lopez is winning this race either. If it's going to be Buemi wins, isn't it? And then it's just going to be Buemi Masterclass. Pulling out an even bigger lead in this season. Okay, he does another lap. We're all repaired somehow. Realistically, we won't be repaired, but hey-ho. And, oh, we got a speed and penalty, didn't we? What, like, this is just a disaster for a race. I can't believe Bortoletti crashed into us while we were lapping him. Right, let's not influence any of the top guys. And for the second race running, no points scored. I mean, cold tires, nice. At least it's only a sprint. But so annoying when we were so close to. We basically had this race won. Lopez was going to do a bigger pit stop than us. Buemi was far enough behind that he wasn't going to bother us. And instead Bortoletti comes along and just ruins our parade. Let these two go by. Oh, what frustration. Buemi is now in the pits. Just let these guys go through. Oh my goodness, is Esther actually about to win this race?
Lap 5, 49.2.
Is Bamber about to get a podium? I think. Oh, it's going to be a case that they just missed out with 1 lap to go, isn't it? That'd be amazing if Astra would win. Oh, big slide. God, spice it up and don't let it just be another Toyota win. Where is first? Coming through Scary now. Yeah, I think they might just cross the line with... Well, I've got to do a stop and go, haven't I, as well? Oh, Chatham has DNF'd. Is that Estra? Is Estra won? Or did Estra just cross into the pit lane? Estra's won the race! Oh, we've slid off there. Estra's actually won this race. What a wild turn of events. They're going to cross the line, presumably to finish. We are going to go back and look at that incident with Bortoletti fuming. But let's have a look at... Wow, what a mixed up grid. So we had Estra winning, Will Stevens second, Old Bamber getting a podium for Cadillac, so Cadillac's still up there. Kubitzer in the 8th course, Ferrari 4th, Matt Campbell 5th, Bennett in the Oscar Fraschini 6th, Peugeot getting 7th and 8th, BMW getting 9th and 10th, so although we had a crash, we'll take that. None of the Ferrari, well, Fuoka not scoring points, neither Toyota scoring points. Obviously, those top 10 have just done what we did last season. Only done 1 stop, whereas everyone else did 2 stops. It's worked out brilliantly for them. Let's go and watch the replay. I'm chuffed to bits that Estra won. First win for Porsche, I'm going to say, in my drive. Let's find where we are. Tell you what, we can go on Bortoletti. You know, obviously Lamborghini's just not very happy that we... Here we go. So we're behind. Lap 23. Bear in mind, Bortoletti's been lapped here. He let Buemi go just fine. We go down the inside, he turns in. And we have a huge crash. Huge crash. See, I don't know. I know I'm not alongside. I mean, I am alongside, though. Let me... These are the... This is the one that I want. Oh, no. Wrong way. So he's being lapped. We are... I think that deserves some room. You squeeze us once. Open up the corner and then... Oh, okay, so you don't actually... Okay, so Bortoletti doesn't look like he actually squeezed us twice. Let's have a look at the steering wheel. And let me get back to me. Let's... I think I deserve more room. What do you? Anyone who's watching this, back and watching this now, what do you think? Do you think I deserve more room there? I mean, I'll tell you what. I'll play it through again. We'll do an off-board shot. And bearing in mind, obviously I know AI is not perfect, but bearing in mind that Bortoletti is being lapped, I know there it says I'm 18th, but I wasn't, I was second. It's just, obviously, I think maybe finishing order it's gone off on the replay. But bearing in mind, at this point in time, yeah, I'm lapping Bortoletti. Oh, I think I deserved more room there. I think that was quite harsh from Bortoletti, really. But hey ho, at least that means, you know, all of our rivals didn't score any points either. I will just quickly update the points actually. I won't have the fancy graphics to show you, but I can at least do the points. There's Lopez who got pole, isn't it? So Lopez gets Boga gets 0, Estre Bennett. Oh no, okay, well, I'm gonna go down one. Stevens. Can I put this over? There we go. Stevens gets 8. Oh, that's not 18. Alabama gets 15. Kubitzer gets 12. Matt Campbell gets 10. Bennett gets 8. Stoffer van Dorn gets 6. Muller gets 4. Van der Linde gets 2. And Vanthal gets 1. And the rest we get 0. So this is me having to do points on the fly. Smallest. So what that does to the championship is Fuoco stays in the lead on 77 points. Actually, can I bring this across? Or is it gonna? No, it's gonna have a mare. Fuoco retains the lead with 77 points. Burmy 68 behind. Oh no, 68, 9 points behind. Estra moves up to third place. It's now 64 has 64 points, so about 13 points off the lead. Bennett is in 4th position with ourselves in 5th. Bamba moves up to 6th, just behind us. And Lopez is in 7th. Kubitz at 8th, Chatan 9th, and Will Stevens in 10th. As for the teams, let me do the teams quickly. Nothing for Ferrari. 3 points. Oh no, let's... Cadillac at 15. Porsche get 25. Zotta Fraschini get 25. 18, 12, 10, 1, 2, 4, 6, 8. Alpine get 0. AF Corsa get... No, AF Corsa get 12. BMW get 2. Lamborghini get 0. Jota get 18. Peugeot get 1, 2, 4, 6. Proton, I don't even know if Proton's in this season. So for the teams, Ferrari and Toyota, Cadillac stay the same. Penske, Porsche move up just behind Cadillac. So I don't actually think that's changed at all. I think maybe Peugeot have snuck into the top 10 now. And then the manufacturers will do quickly. So 12 for Ferrari, 0 for Toyota, 15 for Cadillac, 25 for Porsche. Sottofoschini get 8, Alpine 0, BMWs 2, Lamborghini 0, and Peugeot 1, 2, 4, 6. So for the manufacturers, obviously next week I'll have actually the graphics to show you. But it remains Ferrari, Toyota, Cadillac, Peugeot. No, I've added 66 for Peugeot rather than 6. I was about to say Peugeot aren't doing that good. Oh, what am I doing? Right. Yeah, Ferrari, Toyota, Cadillac, Porsche. Actually, the top 4 manufacturers only separated by, what's that? No, that's not correct. Actually, that's 50, isn't it? So I'm having to do this on the fly. It's not. So the top 4 manufacturers covered by 30 points. So still quite a bit to play for. But what an annoying missed opportunity that was. Right, what's the time? 4:10. Now I do need the toilet. So let's look what online races we've got. If there's anything that takes our fancy. Oh, what's this about? Oh, they've changed it. Weekly races? Events? No. Okay, we're going to do some guitar practice. Only going to do a little bit. And then I'll probably head off. But I'll do a little bit. Because there's a few bits and bobs that I want to do. Well, I don't want that to be 6 hours. Hour practice. Right. Realistic. Yep. Yeah, we just want an hour. So there's 2 things I want to test out. Should I move AI aggression down to medium? Or was that just me being stupid? We're going to keep it at high because I feel like it's more spicy when it's high. But so yeah, there's a few things that I want to test out. I feel pretty confident with the car setup. I've done a few practices with the car setup. I want to test the hard tyres. So I'll tell you what, I'm going to go to the toilet and then I'll come back and I'll explain what the scenario is with the charity race. So I'll be 2 seconds. So yes, I'm back. Let's talk charity race. So obviously, as I've mentioned, I'm going to do a proper video. I think probably tomorrow morning. Well, it won't come out tomorrow morning, but it'll come out at some point soon. To explain what the charity race is. So I kind of touched on it at the start of the video, or start of the stream even, that it's for the Great North Air Ambulance Service. A few years ago, they helped, well, someone on my partner side of the family. So thought I'd do a little event to give back to them, and I thought, why not combine sim racing with some charity work, and obviously doing an endurance event is fantastic way to raise some money. No, it's slightly different to marathons, but same sort of idea. So unlike in my drive, where we have 3 times tyre wear, 2 times fuel, and we have the general rule of thumb of we do 2 stints on each tyre, and then change them, and then take, if we do one final stop where, say, we only need 50% of fuel, we'll actually take 60, because that's what the AI do. It's going to be different in the 6 hours of Qatar. For a few reasons. One, the difficulty might be slightly higher, because I know I'm aware that I'm undecided yet, but I'm better than the AI on fuel and tyre usage. That's just a fact. So I might have them slightly higher, slightly more difficult AI, so that they're quicker, so that I'm not, I gain that time back in the pit stops rather than just being super quick. So there's no restriction on tyres or fuel. That might change as I'm going through the race, if I'm suddenly massively ahead. But I want it to be a challenge for the whole 6 hours. No, but obviously it's going to be a challenge of driving around, but an actual race for the whole 6 hours. So there's a few things I want to test. I'm pretty happy with the setup I've got. I've done a few. Oh, it's almost like it knew I wanted hard tyres on. I've done a few sort of practices, not streamed, and I feel fairly happy with the setup. There's a few things I might still tweak yet, but I want to do a nighttime practice and a hard tyre practice, and potentially in the nighttime practice do some hard tyre running as well to see how the tyres fare, see what the warm-up's like, because we might split the strategy. We might, in my head, I'm going to use the hard tyres at the start of the race, because we'll be starting off in the daytime and then finishing off at night, just like the real life Qatar race. But I want to see what the hard tyres perform like. Maybe it's just a case where I just use mediums throughout. I realise actually we haven't been on the Qatar circuit yet on the channel. So this is the LaSalle International Circuit. It's actually one of my more favourite, if that's a word. A circuit that I really enjoy. Obviously they race here in F1, which is where I first experienced it, and then started probably 2 years ago racing here in the WEC. It's a very high speed track, but very technically challenged. In an F1 car, a lot of these fast corners are pretty much flat out now, and as F1 tends to do, it takes some of the character out of some of the circuits. So like Eau Rouge at Spa, for example, where we were last Friday. Eau Rouge and Radion's flat out in an F1 car, and granted it's flat out in these cars, but it's not easy flat out. There's always a sense of trepidation of going up the hill at Spa, of oh, I hope I don't bottom out. Hope it sticks through the compression. Whereas with F1, you don't have to worry about that. It's just plain and simple, foot down, the car's enough downforce to stick. And it's similar here, there's quite a few corners where it's on the limit for being flat, but not quite flat. I'll tell you what, these hard tyres are horrendous to try and get up to temperature. So we're going to start our first lap here. So we've got to come down into turn 1. Kind of like a sweeping hairpin, almost like right-hander, into a very kind of awkward turn 2. Before a very quick right-hander for turn 3. And down towards the double apex 4 and 5. Which feels tighter, is tighter than it looks. You've got to be quite patient on the throttle. Down towards the hairpin of turn 6. I think I'm on the right corner numbers. It can be quite, probably the slowest speed corner of the track. It's quite difficult to get traction out of there. And up to another bit of an awkward turn 7. It just feels like it needs a little bit of camber before the run between turn 8 and then the very quick turn 9, which, you know, that in an F1 car is flat, isn't in a hypercar. Turn 10 again. Very long duration corner that you just want to get the power on, but just have to wait and wait and wait. And then we get into the high speed section at the end of the track. I forgot what corner we're on. But again, this in an F1 car, flat, flat, and then this one is a little lift, whereas they're all lifts and some even brakes and downshifts in a hypercar. Penultimate corner, very quick left-hander before almost like a nearly hairpin last corner, and then punches down a long straight, start-finish straight, and that's a lap of Le Salle, and we'll be doing, not actually sure how many we'll do in a 6-hour race. I'll have to calculate that at some point. These hard tyres do not feel good. And what I like as well about this track is, although it's one that's very, you know, it's got lots of runoff, you get very much punished running off because every corner has these like little gravel traps. And that is the way that track limits should be monitored, in my opinion. I think having these little runoffs, obviously you don't have one here, but you're not really pushing the limits through the hairpin. But I think the little gravel traps do an excellent job of just punishing you enough so that you're wary of them, but not ruining your time if you do run through them. Oh, I mean, they do ruin your time, but like you're not going off into 9 if you hit them. Yeah, if you've played the F1 games and you've gone through those sequence of corners, you see how much slower it is, but it's just such more of a challenge, really. Oh, there's Oscar Frischini just parked on the corner there. Oh, there's Rocco about to make an appearance. Don't knock over the camera, please, Rocco. Yeah, there we go. Just like a shark's tail. Just sit in front of the camera, Rocco, that's fine. Yeah, silly little Billy. Oh, these hard tyres are not the way to go. They're just so cold. Get my battery in order. these hard tyres are horrible. Now, I'm running at lowest pressures, because I'm a bit... I think running them at lower... Oh, someone's actually gone wide there. Oh, there's a Ferrari that's turned around. Must be running a little bit wide there as well. I think if you run them at lowest pressures, you get the most temperature out of them. But I'm conflicted on that, because in my head it should be at higher pressures you get more tyre temps. So we are running them at the lowest temps at the moment. Maybe we'll come back in and actually up the pressures on them. You know, if you look at the moment, we're 5.5 seconds off the pace. Which isn't truly representative, because obviously we're on a different tyre. We're not pushing 100%. The Porsches that are in the lead at the moment set their times on like 5% fuel, 5% petrol energy, so I'd have no fuel in the car. Oh. I'm just stay there on cold tyres. That's a much better run through the fast corners there. Right hand tyre seem to be quite cold, which kind of makes sense. What does make sense? We're up to line 1.9.
Lap 1:45.8.
That's a much better lap. I'm not disappointed with that. Oh, I need to... Wasn't paying attention to my energy usage. See what, actually what we'll do is we'll come in at the end of this lap. We'll up the pressure in the tyres and see if that gives us a bit more tyre temp. Because that's why we're slow at the moment, it's just because we've not got the tyre temp. Especially when we lean on through the left-handers, try and lean on the right-hand side tyres. Just don't have the temps. And as you can already see, these fast corners are going to be a nightmare for traffic. Oh my god, the Ferrari's so quick through that. Don't take me Ferrari, I want to win the pits. Right, lovely. Let's get in the pits and let's max pressure we can have 170. Let's, for experiment's sake, rack it up to 170 kilopascals. Go back out there and see how quickly they warm up. And if they just stay cold, then we know that it is the case that higher pressures mean lower temps. mean, they are a scrub set, so they are going to heat up quicker. Oh my god, they're so... That's crazy how much different they feel to actually drive. What's this car? I mean, that'll be... Oh, it's just a big slide. Go on, Mr. Paul-Luc Chatin, you can go by. Ooh. Didn't want to turn in there. Let's just go off wide here, let the Toyota, is that? No, BMW. So my hope is that there's like a playoff that I can do between tyre pressure. Oh my god, it's massively helping our top line speed. That's crazy. Obviously less rolling resistance. Let me pay the price for it in the corners. Wondersteer. Okay, I think this experiment has shown that hard tyres is not the way to go. Obviously, we're under no requirement to run the hard tyres. It's not like F1 where you do have to run both sets of tyres. I think that's maybe... Actually, what's that? 15? No, let's run them at min. Mid pressure. What's the time? Yeah, let's go out there and do a few more laps and see what our pace is actually like on the mediums. I did see a trick that someone did where they just sat on the brake for like the first sector or so to warm the tyres up. I think we'll give that a go. You get heat through your tyres, obviously through the brakes. Oh, this is a horrible thing. I feel like I'm just going to click my brakes. Go through Mr. BMW. Yeah, look at how hot our front brakes get in. That's just warm them up normally. Don't like sitting on the brakes. Now I am intrigued that, let me try and get my battery into a reasonable place. And I'll continue my nonsense rambling. AE map 120. We'll go 140, so we're on 54%. Yeah, so I'm intrigued at doing a longer race. What that will do for reliability. So obviously the shorter races, they don't really have any reliability, but I'm sure there's an option. Yeah, replace brakes. I mean, I think that's more of a GT thing. The GT3 thing is that, you know, especially in like a 24-hour race, they have to replace their brakes. But I wonder if as, you know, we get into, you know, 4 or 5 hour mark, whether we'll start noticing the brakes going. Oh, these tyres feel immediately better. We're not quite producing a lap time yet, that's fine. We're only in our second lap. Oh, ran a little bit wide there. Oh, very wide there. What's the time around? It's getting quite dark. Must just be a cloud that's taking the sun out. Right, so we've recharged way too much on that lap. Let's try and be dangerous. But I can still a little bit uncomfortable through that first sequence of corners. Yeah, look at all this time we're going on these medium tyres. I'm really not pushing either. But it looked a bit like I was pushing there. Oh, huge instant there. I think that might have been a Toyota or someone off. Oh, come on. Astra. Kevin! Can I just say, what, if you don't know who Kevin Estre is, I highly recommend going and googling some of his drives. There's an open lap from the Nürburgring a few years ago that is just, it's godly, his lap. What a poor guy. In that he's doing, well, he did Le Mans, and he did the 24 hours of Nürburgring last weekend, and he's doing Spa this weekend, Spa 24 hours. He finished second at Le Mans, and finished second at Nürburgring. He is Mr. like 24 hour Mr. Endurance, or Mr. Nürburgring at least, I think. But what a shame for him to not clinch the win at either of those first two 24-hour races, hopefully. I'm not a massive 24 Hours of Spa fan. But hopefully he can get the win at Spa. Fuck, is gonna make another appearance. Don't knock the webcam, please. Thank you, Roccacino. I have noticed as well, around here, the AI are very twitchy through the fast corners. annoyingly as well, I decided to do this race. Decided to use the Peugeot. I think I mentioned earlier, to try and redeem them from the Peugeot they missed out on a few years ago. And the Peugeot was really good. And then the most recent update has been hit with, I think it's like an 8 kilogram BOP increase across every track. So now, all that pace that it did have has disappeared. What on earth is going on here? I realised I did overtake another yellow flag there, which is a big no-no. Unfortunately, I'm not going to get a penalty for it. These corners are just so fun, the flowing ones. And now you do have to make a trade-off here around this track between downforce and straight line speed a little bit. And I'm happy with the downforce in the corners. I'm a little bit curious how much more straight line speed I should take. I might actually look at some replays and see what our top speed is like compared to, say, like a Buemi or Ferrari. I don't want to cut a load of wing out, but I need to be competitive. Lappy, yeah. And one perk of me also being in the Peugeot is that means that there's one less perfect to boot me off the track. Because I tend to love doing that in my drive. Like that. Ooh. So I don't know why there are yellow flags here. I haven't seen a car. So note to self, between those two first fast corners, it's not really car I want to overtake. seemingly can. If I get away with that, that was a bit too far. Ooh. That'd be what that yellow flag was for. Now, I'm not totally jazzed about the leaderboard and the lap times. We are running quite a bit more fuel than everyone else, so it might not be the end of the world. And we have had traffic on pretty much every lap. You know, when you catch traffic here, there's not really a whole lot you can do. You're just about to sink down the inside there. Well, the caddies move, so I don't really know what this yellow flag is for. Okay, so it is a bit of a tyre burn of this track. Which isn't surprising there's a tyre burner. Gotta be careful on that curve, not to take too much because we bottom out. There's quite a bit of time through that last few sectors, which is good. Or sequence of corners even, not last few sectors. We need to regen battery, because we're actually using quite a bit of it. Is that Buemi ahead of us? Okay, interesting to see how quick we are compared to Buemi, given that he's on a big fuel run. I think really I should obey those yellow flags. I know it's only practice. What are we on? Battery wise.
9.75.
Understand. Yeah, I wonder if this track might be a bit like a circuit in the Americas where I think the hard tire is actually better at Kota than the medium. It's slower in the first half of the stint, but then really quick at the end. So that might be a similar thing where maybe putting left-hand side hards on is a good idea. Right there. Yeah, I can't see a car off it. I don't know why there is a yellow flag. What would be good is on the when we get to go back to the pits eventually. On the fastest lap, it would be good to see what the fuel load was. I don't think it does show it. Right, so a lap we use about 3.25 a lap. spicy, spicy, spicy. I think if anything, I can even ride these curves a bit more. Oh. What's the max? Oh, wow, that's quite a big max. Let's go at 8. Let's see if that gives us a bit more rotation. I never know how brake migration really works. I guess that's forward. Let's try like that, see what that does for us. So we're almost at 50% the way through the stint. Which I think that's a good little test stint to do. Wide there. Wide, 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 wide. It's completely understood there. So front left takes the most battering, as would probably be expected. Well, as would be expected because it's all right-handers. Why is it just given up now? Well, they felt like some horribly understeering corners. Right, I think that was a pretty solid stint. Let's return to garage quickly. See, I'd love to see like average lap times as well. Hopefully this is something I'll bring in. I mean, my last lap time, 43.9. 43.8 by Van der Linde. 40.3. So it looks about there. Bennett 43. Lou 43. It's not a million miles off. What's is this going to tell me his virtual energy? No, it's not going to tell me his energy. That's annoying. Right, I think let's end this little stream with a set of fast laps. So we'll put new tyres on. Put a little bit of fuel in the car. And we'll go and see what like our raw pace is. And then we'll finish it there, I think. Oh, it's so horrible coming out on cold tyres. It's honestly like driving on ice. Like, I'm turning and just nothing happens. Right, there you go, Rasmussen. Actually, while I'm... So, his car, the 11th place car is over on the inside somewhere? Over on the outside. Let's go see what this yellow flag is actually all about. Oh, here it is. What are you doing, buddy? Oh, you're just going backwards and forwards, aren't you? Who's that? Vanderlinde. Oh, bless him. That's what the yellow is causing the yellow flags. Just Vanderlinde going backwards and forwards. Right. Sorry. Back to the action. Not me just having a little daydream there. Maybe not in this first run, we might not get a first lap even. We might not get a quick lap. Let's give it a go, let's see where we're at. Oh, we've just pushed too hard there, we've got cubits all over us. Bumpy, bumpy, bumpy. Yeah, let's just bail out of that. Okay, the tyres are nice and toasty this time round. So let's try again, shall we? It's a little bit clearer as well on track. 4 tenths up already through the first sector. About a second up as we approach. We'll come through the second sector. Oh, we've messed up in the third sector. Messed up horribly there. We're about 1.1 seconds up. This puts us about 1.1 off. Let's see if this up. Oh, this is a much better run through. First sector. Track limits again. Okay, get track limits on the inside yet. Oh. Oh. Who's that? Estra spun. Oh, do you want to hug any more of the inside there? Oh, you're going into space. Okay, that's fair enough. We'll let go off. No other contact there, unfortunately. Oh, just traffic everywhere when I'm trying to do a quick lap. See what, actually? Let's return to pits. Return to the garage. What I'll do is, because I put a qualifying session in, I'll go to a qualifying session and then we'll actually know our pace because we'll be on an empty track. And then I'll do this and then I'll finish up. Because at least with this, I know exactly what my pace is. No lap traffic, no nothing, just what is our raw pace. Slide, slide, slide. Oh, big, 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 big slide. Yeah, this will be a good idea of what our actual pace is, because I need to not only feel good on the circuit, but I need to tune the eyes slightly to get them into a window where we're competitive with them. I don't want a situation where we're just getting smashed by the AI for 6 hours, because that's not fun for anyone. Right, let's see what our first time lap gets us in qualifying. Just about hitting 300 kph down the straight. Decent run through the first few corners. I think there's still a little bit of time on the table there. Cautious through this double right-hander. Well, purple in the first sector so far. But I think with the style, with the car setup that I've got on, I think I warm my tyres up a bit quicker than the AI do. Which is a bit of a contrast to previous seasons of my drive where I've always struggled to warm the tyres compared to the AI. There we go, someone's just beating the purple sector one. Just pushed it too wide there. That's frustrating. But I think there's decent speed in there. Oh, is it this lap and the next? Both laps not counted. Is that one not got a delta? This lap will not count. But the next lap will. I'm really making a mess out of this qualifying session, aren't I? I just want to put one uninvalidated lap in. No, this is the one. So 2 poor first sectors. See what we can do in the final sector. Oh, come on, I didn't. Are you serious? You're saying that that's... I suppose I was on the gravel. Just that under so that I get through the fast corners? Are you serious? Come on, man. That's not track limits. That front left is getting very, very hot there. Okay, I think I need to sort something out about high speed understeer. Because that's a little bit crazy. How I just keep understeering through the corners. Or through that final sequence of corners, I should say. Finally! Not an invalidated lap. Right, let's see where this puts us. Oh, that's disappointing. That's very disappointing. Yeah, I mean, our first no, sorry, hang on. Let me have a look at this. First sector is there or thereabouts. Second sector is a ways off. And then the third sector, there or thereabouts? What was wrong with the second sector? Let's have a quick look at this. So, oh, do you know what it would be? It would be through. I bet I'll lose a load of time through these two corners. I bet I'll lose time through the two quick right-handers. Actually, I think I'm all right through here. I'm good through that corner. And then I'm good through this corner. I'm going to go a little bit wide, so maybe there's a few tenths there. Okay, so we've got some work to do. We've got some modifications to make. But I'm going to call it there. I hope you all enjoyed, whether you're watching this right now or watching it back. Do subscribe if you're new. Drop a like if you enjoyed. I will probably be back next Friday for round 4 of my drive. Fingers crossed we can have a better race than we did today. Hopefully the Cadillac curse doesn't continue. And that we can get back into the championship fight. I hope you all have a lovely weekend. I shall see you next week. So see you.